Next Generation Performance Hall occupied a distinct place in Nashville's all-ages music timeline, emerging after Lucy's Record Shop and IndieNet Records and operating alongside long-running venues like the Inn before later all-ages spaces such as the Muse became central to the scene. Located off Nolensville Road, Next Generation became one of Nashville's most active all-ages venues in the late 1990s and early 2000s, particularly for punk, hardcore, metal, indie, and experimental touring circuits moving through the Southeast. A defining characteristic of Next Generation Performance Hall was its intentional genre-mixing booking strategy. Shows regularly combine punk, hardcore, metal, indie, and experimental bands on the same bill, bringing together audiences that might not otherwise overlap. This approach helped produce consistently strong attendance, with packed shows not just on weekends, but frequently throughout the week, including weeknights. That programming approach contributed to what many participants later described as a genre-fluid Nashville underground scene, where fans and musicians were exposed to a wide range of styles in a single night, and cross-pollination between scenes that became common. Touring bands that passed through Next Generation during early touring cycles included Converge, Poison the Well, Every Time I Die, Seven Angels, Seven Plagues, Bleeding Through, 𝗃𝗲𝗄𝗃, Burnt by the Sun, 𝗃𝗃𝗄𝗃, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Carnage, Sleepytime Gorilla Museum, and early touring appearances from Mastodon, along with punk touring acts such as Blank 77 and Random Conflict. Many of these bands performed during early touring cycles, sometimes in front of modest crowds that would later grow significantly as the bands gained recognition. Local bands were equally central to the venue's identity. Silent Friction played frequently and later evolved into the Pink Spiders. Other Nashville bands such as Davis, Plaster, and Submethod appeared regularly, along sometimes touring acts. Shun was one of the most prominent local bands during this period, while 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃, later associated with 𝗹𝗃𝗃 Records, were also a part of the broader scene. Early performances from my band, Look What I Did, also took place at Next Generation. The venue functioned as a formative gathering space for younger musicians and fans. Members who would later form Paramore attended shows there as teenagers, along with future members of Be Your Own Pet. Katy Perry has also been associated with attending shows within that same all-ages youth scene environment prior to becoming famous celebrities. Through its all-ages access, genre-mixing booking strategy, and consistent weekday attendance, Next Generation Performance Hall became an important connective venue in Nashville's underground music development, helping shape the genre-fluid, cross-scene Nashville underground experience that defined that era. Did you guys attend shows at Next Generation Performance Hall? What are some of your favorite memories from that time? My band started there, and I booked shows there back in the day. It was a great venue, a lot of fun, a big explosive part of the scene. It was really, actually, local bands were drawing, in my opinion, at one of the peaks in the history of the Nashville scene. I would say the next peak would be some of the Christian hardcore bands over at Rocketown, blew up real big maybe about 8-9 years later. But prior to that, Next Generation was the big dog in town as far as a local scene that started to blow up and get integrated with a national and regional touring underground. What are some of your favorite memories from Next Generation Performance Hall? Who remembers Woody, man? Woody's a good old dude. Let's talk about it in the comments.